Hi, in this video we're going to look at common percentages of a quantity. By the end of this video you should be able to find the percentage of a quantity for common percentages. So let's take a look at what that means and what common percentages are. 10%, 1%, 50%, 100%, 20% and 25% are all percentages that we should get really comfortable in using, especially to be able to find a percentage of a quantity. 10% is the same as 1/10, 1% is the 100th, 50% is the same as a half, 100% is one whole, 20% is 1/5, and 25% is a quarter. This is really important because it tells you how you're going to find those percentages of a certain quantity. So let's say I want to find 10% of $40. 10% is 1/10, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 10. If I want to find 1% of something, I'm going to divide by 100. If I want to find 50%, I'm going to divide by 2. If I want to find 100% of something, I'm going to divide by 1. If I want to find 20% of something, I'm going to divide by 5. And if I want to find 25% of something, I'm going to divide by 4. Notice how the denominator of all of our fractions is the same thing as what we're dividing by. This is not a coincidence. This is why we need to know our common percentages and our fractions. Let's take a look at 6 examples. Let's say I want to find 10% of $40. What I need to do is realize that 10% is 1/10 and divide my $40 by 10. That gives me $4. If I want to find 1%, I've got to realize 1% is 1/100th, so I'm going to divide 40 by 100 and get 40 cents. 50%, that's the same as a half, so I'm going to halve my $40 to get $20. 100% is the whole thing, so $40, 100% of $40 is just going to be $40. 20% is 1/5, so I'm going to divide by 5, and that gives me $8. And then finally, 25% is 1/4, so I'm going to divide 40 by 4 and get $4. These are all common percentages we need to learn and remember. So what about some worded questions that use our common percentages? Let's say I need to pay a 20% deposit when I want to buy a house. I'll need to know how much is 20% of the $500,000 house. If I'm earning 10% interest when I put my money in a bank, I want to know how much interest do I earn on $900. If there's a 50% discount on tops, how much discount am I going to get on a $120 top? And if 25% of the class passed the test, then how many of our 28 students passed? So let's look at our first one. We need to remember that 20% is 1/5. So I want to take $500,000 and divide it by 5. This tells me that I'm going to have a $100,000 deposit. For 10% interest, I need to remember that 10% is 1/10. So I'm going to take the $900 that I'm going to earn and divide it by 10 to get $90 worth of interest. If there's a 50% discount on tops, I need to remember that 50% is the same as a half. So I'm going to take my $120 top and I'm going to divide it by 2 for a $60 discount. For the 25% of the class, I need to remember that 25% is 1/4. So I'm going to take 28 and I'm going to divide it by 4 to find 1/4, which is just 7 kids pass the test. So what should you write? Well, all of this is really important. The left-hand side gives you your common percentages with the fractions and what you divide by, and the right-hand side gives you some worked examples for you to use. The worded questions here are also good because you'll come up against worded questions not only in your text, but in everyday life. So make sure you pause on those 2 screens and write everything down. And that's it for this video. Hopefully now you can find common percentages of quantities, and we're going to look at another video next on 10%. Good luck.